Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how you speak differently when you're with your friends versus when you're in a job interview? Or how you might act one way around your parents and completely differently at a party? Of course you have. We all do this. But here's the question that might keep you up at night. Which one is the real you? Carl Jung had a name for these different versions of ourselves. He called them personas, from the Greek word for the masks actors wore in ancient theater. And just like those theatrical masks, our personas serve a purpose. They help us navigate the social world, fit into different contexts, survive and thrive in various environments. Think about it this way. You're like a chameleon. When you walk into your workplace, you might straighten your posture, moderate your language, maybe even change your laugh to something more professional. When you're with your best friends, you might be louder, more sarcastic, more playful. The chameleon changes colors to blend in, to stay safe, to be accepted. But here's where it gets interesting and dangerous. What happens when the chameleon forgets its original colors? I want you to think about someone you know. Maybe it's you, maybe it's a colleague, who seems to be constantly performing. You know the type. They're always on. Their social media is perfectly curated. Their conversations feel rehearsed. Their entire life seems like a carefully managed PR campaign. Now ask yourself, do you think they know who they are when no one is watching? This is where Jung's insight becomes crucial. The persona isn't the problem, we need it. It's like wearing a well-tailored suit to a business meeting. The suit serves its purpose. It communicates competence, respect for the occasion, social awareness. But what happens if you never take the suit off? What if you sleep in it, shower in it, wear it to the beach? You'd forget what your actual body feels like underneath, wouldn't you? But let me complicate this for you, because the world isn't fair and neither is the pressure to mask. For many people, especially those from marginalized communities, this isn't just about social awkwardness or professional advancement. This is about survival. Picture a young black professional in a predominantly white corporate environment. They might speak differently, dress differently, even laugh differently than they do with their family. They've learned to code switch, to be a cultural chameleon, because they've understood, often from a very young age, that their authentic self might be perceived as threatening, unprofessional, or too much. Is this their choice, or is this what the environment demands of them? Here's what's insidious about systemic masking. It takes the natural human ability to adapt and weaponizes it against people's sense of self. It's like building a prison and calling it protection. The person learns to hide their cultural background, their natural way of speaking, their community connections, all to access opportunities that should be available to them regardless. And society rewards this. Oh, they're so articulate. They're not like the others. They really know how to fit in. These compliments are actually violence wrapped in praise, because they're saying your authentic self isn't good enough, but your performance of someone else's expectations, that's valuable. So let me ask you, who in your life is performing for your comfort, and more importantly, who are you performing for? Think about your workplace. Are there unspoken rules about how people should speak, dress, or behave that might be easier for some people to follow than others? What about your social circles? Do certain kinds of authenticity get celebrated while others get politely discouraged? Here's the thing about masks. They're supposed to come off. In ancient Greek theater, there was always a moment when the play ended, when the actors removed their masks and took their bows as themselves. But what happens when there's no curtain call? When the performance never ends? You become a ghost haunting your own life. You watch yourself from the outside, never quite connecting with your own experiences, your own emotions, your own desires. You know all your lines perfectly, but you've forgotten who you are without the script. So here's my challenge to you. Start noticing your masks, not to judge them. Some of them are necessary, some of them are beautiful, some of them are acts of survival and resilience. But notice them. Ask yourself, when do I feel most like myself? When do I feel like I'm performing? And most importantly, what would it look like to create spaces in your life, in your relationships, in your communities, where fewer masks are necessary? Because the goal isn't to live without personas. The goal is to choose them consciously, to wear them when they serve you, and to have places and relationships where you can set them down and remember who you are underneath. The question isn't whether you wear masks. The question is, do you still remember the face beneath them? What's your answer?